Well, welcome back. The question that we've been talking about quite a bit even today is how secure is your computer? How secure is your personal data, your information? How secure are your credit cards, your debit cards? I mean, this is now becoming a major issue in our country. And even today, there's some significant stories in the news about NSA snooping in over the top of us, maybe even hijacking some radio frequencies to go after open computers. What's this all about? And just how secure is your information? Well, I have to tell you, personally, I've become quite alarmed about it, and I'm delighted to have back with us today, and we've had her before, and that is Dr. Katherine Albrecht. She's with us today, and she's going to talk about a couple of things, and also the service that she's been involved in. Katherine, nice to have you. How are you today?
Hey, Perry, I'm doing great. It's great to be back on your show. And I've got to say, 2013 was probably the year of Snowden, and 2014, I like to think, is going to be the year of solutions for all of these privacy breaches and incursions. You know, like any 12-step program says, you can't fix something until you admit you have a problem. And I think finally we're waking up to the fact that all of our data, whether it's in corporate databases like those held by Target or Google or other companies, or whether it's information like our phone records that are being funneled to the NSA, they're all at risk. And I think people are ready to stand up and start doing something about it.
Well, let's hope so. And I hope we get a Congress that has the fortitude to push back. Before we get into a couple of these subjects, what's the deal with Google now buying Nest? What's this all about?
Well, you know, the thing about Google has now expanded way beyond the search business into the data collection business. And when I say data collection, they're really a market research company looking to collect the maximum amount of data on you and me. This is why their search engine is there. They don't answer all your questions because they love you. They answer all your questions because every time you enter a search into Google, they capture that information and add it to a marketing profile that they keep on you. And that's the reason why they offer that little window, so you 10, 20 times a day can tell them exactly what's on your mind and the privacy, what you think is the privacy of your own home, even with the door shut and the shades drawn. Google is always watching what you search for. It's also the reason why they provided free email. A couple of years back, I was one of the signatories on an open letter to Google asking them not to release Gmail with the fine print proviso that they're able to read all of your email. They launched it anyway. They do read all of your email. And in fact, not only your email, but they read all your attachments. So if you send your tax return to your attorney, or to your accountant, for example, they're going to open up that attachment. They're going to find out your Social Security number, your income, the number of dependents you have, every detail that you provide in an attachment or in an email. They open it, they read it, they scan it, and they store the information, which is what made it such a tempting target for the NSA, because Google has more information on us through their search engine and their email program than even the government itself. So no wonder they wanted to piggyback and tap in. So when you hear about new things that Google is doing, you need to always read them and understand that Google's goal is to not leave any blind spots in their information about us. So Google just recently purchased a company called Nest for $3.2 billion. In fact, the deal is going through right now as we speak. Wow. What Nest is, it's a high-tech thermostat that goes inside of your home that watches what you do in your home. It watches when you're home. It watches what temperature you set your thermostat to. It's a device in your home, almost like a Trojan horse in a way, that puts these technologies and these cloud-based services into your home to capture data from your home and upload it into the cloud. Now, the reason this is so significant is a couple of weeks ago, the director of engineering for Google said in an interview, well, he opened by saying, I don't have a microchip in my head yet. And then he went on to talk about how Google would like to have microphones in the ceilings of our homes by 2018. And so you think about a microphone in the ceiling of our homes, you've got to be kidding me. Nobody's going to allow that. When he explained why, it's kind of like the deck of the Starship Enterprise, where Captain Kirk would say, computer, plot a course for Orion 17, or computer, tell us what's off the starboard bow. Right. And the computer would always be listening and would answer those questions on the fly. Well, that's what Google wants to create in our homes. So you would say, hey, home, turn on the oven and preheat it to 350 degrees. Or, hey, home, what time is that Steelers game going to be on tonight? And the house, the Google house, which would be listening to you all day long, would answer your questions. Now, I think they jumped the gun a little bit, because when they announced that, people naturally said, heck no, I don't want a microphone from Google in my home. Right. Now you're really crossing a line. So the big question has been, how and when will Google manage to get its tentacles into our homes to be able to watch and observe and listen and add that data stream to the profile that they keep on us, the data stream of what time we get up and what time we have dinner and what we say in our bedrooms? That's information that Google desperately wants to get a hold of. And they want to do it through microphones in the ceiling that go directly to the cloud, but people aren't going to go for that. So it was not surprising to me when just a couple of weeks after that the goal was discussed of bugging our homes within the next couple of years, they purchased a company that already has some deep privacy concerns associated with it, that has these cloud-based technologies directly in our homes. Not only that, they also want to come out with a smoke detector that would be in your home, that would be able to speak to you, would be able to interact with you, that you'd be able to speak to it. It really starts crossing over into the realm of the creepy, if you ask me.
It appears to me that the beginning marketing of this would be through some form of security, whether it's a fire smoke detector, something like that, or motion detector. That's how they would probably get access to your home, is through some kind of a security promotion campaign. But let me ask you this, Katherine, do we know if there's any collaboration going on between the NSA and Google?
Well, we certainly know that Google provided the backdoors to the NSA through the PRISM program, but they weren't alone in doing that. There were 8 large major corporations that we all do business with that had provided similar access. So we know that Google had built those backdoors in so the NSA could monitor Google traffic. That's along with Yahoo, Microsoft, AOL, Skype, a whole bunch of companies, Facebook. Lots of them had been approached by the NSA, and the reason they got approached is because they are the companies that have the bird's eye view into our lives. And so if you're the NSA and you want to spy on everybody, you go to where the action is or where the data is. And so certainly Google was chief among the companies that was caught providing that access to the NSA. You know, the other thing, Perry, is it's not just the NSA that Google seems to be involved with now. They're also seem to be deeply involved with DARPA, which is the Defense Advanced Research Projects Administration. These are the military folks who come up with the really creepy applications like armies of killer robots and cloning efforts and efforts to create drugs that can cause members of the military to forget combat experiences and such. So it's kind of the dark side of the military. Wow. And Google clearly has deep ties with them. And in fact, Google just purchased a company called Big Dog. If you want to scare yourself, go on YouTube and look up Big Dog and watch the video of this horrifying robot that can go through the woods. It looks like an animal.
Yeah.
And basically killer robots. So you have to ask yourself, what in the world does Google want with killer robots? I don't know.
We also had a story in our news this morning where the robots now will be sharing information between themselves. Are we ready for that?
Yeah, and you know, you look at the robots that Big Dog creates. They can run as fast as cheetahs, and they can run in packs, and they can hunt people down. So you got, where's that going?
Couple quick questions before we run out of time. Now, you have an alternative for people that they can get involved in to have their stuff protected a little bit. What is that?
Yeah, we've got an alternative to both of those Google services. The alternative to Google, the search engine, is our search engine start page. And you can think about it, because Google is normally the starting page of your website. You can make start page the start page of your website. It's at startpage.com. We are a proxy for Google search results. So if you go to start page, you'll see a search window just like Google's. You can type in your search. We submit it to Google for you, so Google never sees you. We strip out all the tracking cookies and give you Google search results privately, and then we delete all records of your visit. So it's completely private. It's based outside the U.S. in Europe, where they still have strong privacy laws, so no PRISM project or anyone can spy on you. Good. It's fully encrypted. And then we also have an alternative to Gmail, which is at startmail.com. So it's Start Page and Start Mail. There's a video at the top of startmail.com where you can see how it works and what it's all about. Fully encrypted email that no one can read. When you delete it, it's deleted forever.
Okay.
And that is coming out this spring. We're in beta rollout right now, and if viewers of theDove and listeners of the radio program theDove would like to get an advance invitation, they can just mention theDove or my name, Katherine Albrecht, at startmail.com. There's a little form at the bottom so they can pre-reserve an account.
All right, startmail.com. I only got about a minute left. Give me your summary of the mess that Target found themselves in over the holidays.
Yeah, well, it turns out that they were the victim of the same kind of data breach that the rest of us become victims to. They think it could have been something as simple as a Target employee clicking on an infected email that had a malware target on board. We do know that it was malware that got installed in their credit card processing system, and that goes to show you that if Target can't even protect itself, that we need to be very, very careful what we click on and what we do on the Internet. So all the more reason to be thinking about privacy-oriented services and just be very thoughtful about where we go on the net so we don't wind up as the next data breach in our own lives. All
right. Well, Katherine, you're a delight. Again, if you wanted to get more information, startmail.com, or if you want to check out the precursor using Google, that's startpage.com. Thanks, Katherine. Keep us informed, will you?
Thanks so much, Perry. God bless you and your listeners. Thanks for all you do.
You too. God bless. All right, we'll be right back.